Hello and welcome back once again. Maybe you're here to pay your respects to those who have been lost. The random child, the fox creature thing, many others probably. And if this show is going with most of what I'm predicting, very soon Shizue as well. I can only put it off for so long, but here's another episode of Slime. Let's go. Which episode is this now? It's getting on somewhat in the series, so things have been... I'm not sure. A lot of things have been established so far, but nothing in the way of overarching plot has really been established, at least not forming any sort of danger to Rimuru. We've got just the intangible threat of the monsters rising up because Veldora's been displaced. I don't know what to call him, but summoner guy, who I don't know if Shizue is going to explain her backstory in him. So is another just a lingering threat out there, but is Rimuru going to be proactive or reactive? Yeah. She might not have been in control, but yeah. The fact that her eyes are completely covered. Oh, okay, there we go. A reasonable request and one that I fully endorse. Being forgotten is not something I want to think about. Oh, it was Demon Lord. And this piano being played in the background is kind of close to something that... There's a hero in this world. Well, if there's a Demon Lord, sure, why not? Yeah, but the music is something close to something that is... gets to me every time I hear it. So she has the mask. Who is this hero? Nameless, faceless hero. So, a hero that actually listens and cares for people. Considering this world, I half expected it to be another hero that has like a holier than thou, defeat all demons kind of attitude. Do you want that fixed up for you? So she wasn't completely controlled by it any longer. But time has taken its toll on her body. This is another case of all good things must come to an end. Yeah, there's probably going to be some reason. But why does everyone have to be so mysterious and not give reasoning? A reasonable goal. She was a hero in her own regard. Helping people that couldn't or didn't have the power to do anything. With an incredibly heavy burden. Especially when she's have to constantly think about not getting close to people in case it happens again. Yeah. That's where the kids come in then. Have we now got our next journey location? Especially if we've got someone that comes from Japan and knows that game quote. Uh, nice. Some of them did well with their lives, and others probably turned to questionable means, especially after that glance. Are you? If she said yes, is Rimuru going to carry a quest for her? Why you were selected? Oh, I thought that was just how it was going to end this scene. Hmm. I didn't remember his real name. he has access to his memories and whatnot of Japan. Does he have access to just information from Japan that he didn't learn before he died? Strange request, but if it was if the request was directed at anyone except for Rimuru, so if she can have things on her terms, get out by a way of someone else who was an outsider. What a what a way of putting that. Great sage, what do you know? Yeah, being seen as like just some kind of. So all the kids were summons as well then. Wow. She had been living for so long and her own power kept her young, I guess. If you have the power to grant that, the hero and her friend. So is that indicating that the hero is dead as well? She doesn't belong in this world. She needs to go back to her mother. And regressing to a child where they were separated. Melancholic. I've actually got a bit in my throat. There are some things that even potions can't heal. Ooh. New form might not have cloves, yeah. That's to be expected. Not going to be able to stay straight faced when you actually have the possibility of emotions. So the humans aren't great at recognizing just raw power and aura, are they? Hmm. fair. Is there a reason why being smaller is just... No, it can't be just due to the body of the slime, because the changing into the wolf and whatnot is huge. Well, they're more acquaintances, kind of, but yeah. If it was her own choice, they couldn't go against it. But also, who was there to witness that it was her choice? Good thing Rimuru is actually just a good... Well, they are good judges of character and whatnot, but... I think they blame him. Wasn't it him who put his sword on the ant's nest in the beginning? Yeah. It was good distraction from the moment, I guess. The village is prospering. I wonder if they're going to be liaisons between the human settlements and this one. I mean, she didn't actually get to say goodbye to Shizue, so is this the closest thing? Where did the clothes come from? Yep. Can't say goodbye to the actual Shizue, so using a proxy. At least having that bit of closure. The amount of hurt caused just because you can't say goodbye. Ah, good thing you've got some dwarven artisans. Is anyone going to question where they got all of this, though? Now you have a reason to come back and do some work for them. Hmm. Rimuru has made some powerful friends already. Should you really pick up a dwarf like that? But alright. Well, racial boundaries don't mean much to Rimuru, do they? Direwolves, goblins, slimes, and, well, dwarves and possibly humans all living together. And Rimuru is going to, carry a quest for her? Find the Demon Lord. And become a teacher for the other children as well? Ah, a cairn. For some reason, I've always found cairns really aesthetically pleasing. Much more than just a tombstone or a cross. Good. And a man with questionable things on his PC as well. I remember that. Oh yeah, that's why his friend put his PC in the bath. What form is Rumu going to preside in most, though? Generic slime. I wouldn't recommend going over cracked desert drought plain. And after the Shizue bit, we're getting some more intrigue. Who's this plague doctor looking guy? Interesting attire. Okay. No, Papa. So that pig man is an orc or something. Is now going to be the next big hurdle. Yeah, the meat is nice, but we probably need some water and shade as well. But what a better way to keep the memory of someone alive who, wanted to pass a story down so that someone remembers everything that she's done than by attaining her form as well. I'm just trying to think how it can expedite things now because the goblins have been building their village for a while. The dwarves have come and joined in. The humans are still out there doing their own thing. I want to see some more monsters and whatnot. And I believe I get my request, based on that title. This episode had some nice music in it that touched certain heartstrings and whatnot. And Shizu's passing was solemn, but because she accepted it, she had lived a life that was fairly long. She managed to do some quite amazing things and helped a lot of people along the way. She accepted her fate. She knew what was happening, and I don't think that it was overplayed in any way. And the fact that Rimuru had to essentially not react at all and bottle up any kind of reaction that might happen while Shizu was there. But then once he managed to obtain a human form, that's when he couldn't help it. And the tears came flooding forth. It's one of those times when I really wish my scientific mind would just be quiet for a moment, because believing in a kind of afterlife type thing where you, like we saw, we get to carry out, meet people that you lost along the way and whatnot, would be nice. But just because it feels nice probably means that it's not going to happen to me, because, yeah, that's my kind of luck. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you felt anything, let me know down in the comments. Or if you didn't, you can just call me a big baby or something as well. But ultimately, after this, I'm definitely going to take a long rest. Maybe you should do the same, so that I can see you in the next one. This channel is sustained by all of you. Honestly, I probably wouldn't still be doing it if you weren't all continuously watching. So, thank you. But of course, my Patreons definitely deserve some love. So for all of you, especially Flawed Otaku, Sal, and Raywin, thank you. Truly, I know I say it often, but it is still a huge shock to this mug. So, keep up the good work, you guys are awesome. Truly. Thank you.